Welcome to Profiles, where you'll see NFL personalities like you've never seen them before. You already know what they do, but for the next 30 minutes, you'll find out who they are, away from the field, away from the spotlight. This is Profiles. If it is possible to be a 5-time Pro Bowler and live under the radar, then Dwight Freeney is doing it.
Comes Freeney!
Told he was too small to make it in the NFL, Dwight has made quite a living feasting on NFL quarterbacks, displaying his intensity on the field, but very little off of it, until now. For the first time, Dwight Freeney opens up his world, showing us the work that has kept him on top of his game for close to a decade. Introducing us to a community that he has no ties to, yet helps save. And his other passion, because when Dwight Freeney's not rocking quarterbacks' worlds, there's a great chance you'll find him simply rocking.
This is blowing me away already.
On this edition of Profiles, the sights and sounds of Indianapolis Colts defensive end, Dwight Freeney. Players entering their 9th season show signs of slowing down, but Dwight Freeney is not most players. The Colts' all-time sack leader put up another number this offseason, and that is where we begin.
So 30 years old, did 30 mean anything to you?
I mean, I think definitely at 30, there are some thoughts that you do think about a little bit. Guys in their 30s, in the National Football League, that's kind of the years when they're going to stop playing, you know. Very few guys are Brett Favre's and Bruce Smith's where they play into their 50, 60, whatever, you know.
Feels like
Yeah, exactly. And very few, you're not going to find many guys who play that long. So I really believe that it's not all about the numbers. It's about production and about how much heart you have and how hard you play the game. I have this thing inside of me where, you know, strive to be the best. I want to be the best. So I just kind of like, I'm going to keep on working until I get to that point. And I'm still working.
Oh yeah, Dwight definitely works during the season and especially in the off-season, attacking his workout like a quarterback standing in the pocket.
There you go. Nice.
I'm looking for a word, I'm just thinking intense.
I don't like doing the same old boring thing, you know. I can't do it. If you asked me to run on a treadmill, I'd be like, someone please, like, take me out right now. Like, I can't. But if, you know, have me run up a hill 100 times or 20 times, I'll do that.
Go. There you go. Get up quick. Get up quick.
I'm not surprised with you. It seems like nothing's really conventional.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit different. You're pulling tires up hills and dirt's flying in your mouth. After 8, 9 years in the league, you kind of need to find new, interesting ways to motivate yourself.
There you go. Head down. First corner.
That workout would be enough for most, but for Dwight, it was just beginning. Next up, a mixed martial arts facility where the workout and the intensity continued.
So many guys are starting right now with the MMA training. What does it do for you, Dwight?
It's very good, definitely for defensive linemen, especially because, I mean, for one, we use our hands so much. We do a lot of that hand movements, kind of punches, clubs, and rips and swims. I mean, this is good training because you can sit there and really focus on those things that you really need to get together.
My favorite, where you scared me a little bit, was jumping down in that kind of that forearm shiver on that bag.
Oh, coming down with the elbow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly legal, but, you know, but it's good here, you know, just kind of take out my frustrations, because you really can't do those type of things, obviously.
What's the biggest difference you feel taking this onto the field on Sunday?
The biggest difference is being able to use my hands more violently. And what's special about MMA stuff is they strike and they hit and they use their bodies and their leverage, and they know how to throw a correct punch. And throwing a punch and throwing a club for defensive linemen is very similar. I mean, you're talking about having a closed fist and an open fist. I think this is very important for some guys, and I know it's helped me out tremendously.
But as meticulous as he is about his body, Dwight is just as serious about his image, guarding his public persona with the same ferocity as the Colts' end zone.
It's so funny with you because when I was saying I was doing this interview, doing this show on you, more people, more of your peers were like, I'm really excited to see that. I don't know anything about Dwight except what a fantastic player he is. Is that by design, or is that a little bit like Peyton kind of gets all the attention in Indianapolis anyway?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I guess it has a little bit to do with that. You know, just offensively, for the NFL, for the most part, they pump more offensive guys. It's okay. I get it. Score points, touchdowns, that stuff. Me personally, I like 0-0 and, ugly games, 7-6. It is what it is. But I think the other side of it is a little bit of design. There's so much today of just not having any type of privacy. And I think you got to hold on to some, because it kind of keeps you grounded. It kind of keeps all the negativity and people who think they know and want to say something bad about you. It just kind of keeps them out. But, I'm willing to open up, once in a while and show more people about who I am.
We're just kind of figuring out who you
are. Yeah, exactly. So maybe more people will love me now, because now they're getting to know me. So then they can be part of the whole big circle.
And you're invited to join that circle.
There you go. Good move.
Coming up, find out how an East Coast kid helped change the lives of an entire California community.
I'm not from around here, but we're all the same.
Plus, it's not just the defense that he conducts. Dwight Freeney, the music maestro, when we return. Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler. Not bad for a guy who was told he was too small to make a big impact in the NFL. On the football field, Dwight Freeney has shed labels. Off of it, he has created one, a record label called American Dreams.
And this is one of my studios, Studio A. This is one of the biggest studios here in California. I got lucky, found it,
and now own it.
So now it's, putting people in place to go ahead and run it. I think for me, it's like I'm not in here trying to create the music myself. I leave that to the professionals who do it. I'm just kind of putting the pieces together and letting those guys do what they do. It's kind of like how it is in football. You have the owner, and the owner just kind of puts the pieces together and lets those guys do what they have to do to have a great finishing product. That beat drop.
Does it help or hurt being a professional athlete when you get into this world?
In one sense, it could hurt, and in that there's so many athletes who have tried and it hadn't worked. So then it's, here's another athlete trying to do another label. But see, and also I think it helps though, in that you build a lot of relationships based on what you do. You meet so many people. And I think if you're smart, you know how to use those relationships.
So football is your job.
Yep.
Music is?
It's just something else that, I've always loved before football even came into the picture. When I was younger, little me running around, listening to music, whether it was on long road trips and my father or whoever was playing the music in the car, or if it was me later playing a musical instrument. I played trombone when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, I was in all the band. I was in the jazz band. I was into all of that until it wasn't cool, I guess, into high school, which I wish I never listened to anybody. But I used to play a piano a little bit, too.
What we thinking?
I mean, I like it. I mean, it definitely caters to that other crowd.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm trying to get that pop smash.
I see.
Radio pop smash.
Very versatile, man. This is blowing me away already.
We're gonna go all the way to the hook. We're gonna try and run it down one time. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I'm addicted to life on the stage. Spitting hot on the mic, get paid. Watch the fans scream what I say. I can't help but to think that I got it made. I might turn my show into a rage. Don't tell them what I'ma do these days. I'm so unpredictable. Everything that I do is untraditional.
What's your first musical memory?
I got a lot of them, but I think one of the major is Michael Jackson. I had everything. I had the jacket. I didn't have the glove. I had the jacket. I had
The red leather?
Yeah. I had it all. And I remember my parents took me to a concert. You know, I remember going back in the house, trying to do the moonwalk on the carpet. Doesn't really work well on carpet. I mean, he started it for me, really.
Life in the spotlight. A lot of folks stuck on the drug I like. They tell me that I'ma make it when the time's right. But I'm running out of patience, waiting for my time.
I think music stays with you forever. So I mean, we listen to it, you know, as football players, we listen to it before games. And we listen to it after games, depending on what the outcome was. It really kind of changes your mood. And it can make you happy, it can make you sad. And you know, it's something that I love.
If you were going to have a soundtrack to your life, what would it be?
I don't know what right now. Maybe that's what I have this for. Maybe we have to make that song. Exactly. Maybe that's what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yo.
You kidding me? I can already see the video for this.
Man, I'm ready to do the damn video.
From making sweet music to making an even sweeter difference. Coming up on Profiles, the side of Dwight Freeney he rarely shows, yet everyone should see.
These are the years that are most important. When they're young and kind of influence them in the right way. All right, I know you got a good stance too, man. There you go. Get him out the way.
Dwight Freeney was raised in Connecticut and went to college at Syracuse. But if you ask any one of the hundreds of kids who suit up for the Crenshaw Colts in Los Angeles, they will claim him as one of their own.
What do you see when you look at Dwight?
I see success and possibility. Just to see him up close, it solidifies the fact that we all have a chance.
It's not uncommon to see a professional athlete giving back to his community. But what is rare is a player giving back to somebody else's. Crenshaw, a gang-infested community located in South Central LA, was looking to give its kids an outlet, but didn't have the money or the equipment to do so. Enter Dwight Freeney.
This man is responsible for us being here on this field. Our friend, Dwight Freeney.
Our area, this Crenshaw area, used to be one of the most dominant in violence. So I appealed to Dwight, not knowing that he would even do it, not knowing that he even heard me. We were out one night, and I said to him, I said, let me start this football league. So obviously it stayed on him. So when he came back in town, he was like, what's up, we doing it?
Tell me.
I'm like, I'm dead broke. But I mean, are we doing it?
There you go. I'm not from around here, but we all the same. No matter where we're from, we're all the same. You know, I've been blessed to be put in certain positions to give back to the community however I can. But that means everywhere, though. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to, you just have to give back to your community. You can give back to all communities because they're all struggling and they all need help.
How important is football to this community?
Growing up here, kids could be gang banging, drugs. A lot of people wouldn't be here, It'd be a changed community. It wouldn't be what it is now.
Okay, we're gonna walk through a spin technique. Pay attention, big little guy.
I'm gonna show y'all a spin move. You gonna go to one side, so you fake one side, and you gonna spin the other side. All right? So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna come here. and then spin. All right, you just try. Come on.
Crenshaw Colts at any given time is, especially on a Sunday, is 300 kids. It's 200 parents. So that creates another family, and the kids just interact. They know each other in the streets, so it's no longer like, who is that? It's like, hey, how you doing, you know? So it brings a mutual respect amongst kids that we lacked before. You know, kids didn't know. So Long Beach was ugh, or, you know, Compton was yuck, you know? But now it's like, hey, that's such and such. You go to Crenshaw, hey, good luck, man. You know, hope to see you again.
Because it's important for this area, too, because there's a lot of gang-related problems and issues around this area. And it's important, very important, that these kids stay connected to something that's real and that means something. These are the years that are most important. When they're young, and you can get the great foundation to them, and they understand what it is, what is right, what is wrong, kind of influence them in the right way. There you go.
That early example that he's putting into these kids is just going to carry over and makes them blossom into some wonderful people.
What did he say to you that really struck home today?
He kind of like reiterated the fact to me that being a football player is more of a job when you're off the field and you're working just to be able to have that privilege to play.
I'm telling you right now, you're not going to make it to the pros and you're not working hard, harder than the next man. You can't even get picked up by a school unless your grade's good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's real talk. I mean, you know how many people that played, I mean, where I'm from, you know, so many great, supposedly great players and all of that, never seen the field because they couldn't get their grades right. That stuff is important, man. All right, y'all, come in now. Gather in. Hey, go into the TV camera right there.
Coming up on Profiles, how a near-death experience helped shape the way Dwight lives and plays.
It went beyond football. It was like, am I going to still be here?
And although he hasn't played in a couple of decades, we'll see what kind of game Dwight has on the keyboard.
Am I done practicing?
Practice time is over.
Coming out of Syracuse in 2002, NFL personnel tried to find someone to compare undersized Dwight Freeney to. They couldn't back then, and 9 seasons later, they certainly can't now. Having not fit into a mold, Dwight simply went out and created his own.
I was reading an article about you that was written in 2002 saying there's nobody to compare him to.
Yeah.
Have you ever found anybody that you've been able to say, I pattern my game after?
Growing up, I was an LT, Lawrence Taylor fanatic. The way he played the game, just relentless, sideline to sideline, making plays left and right. If anybody, would be him. But outside of him, no. So there wasn't a guy, I see the way he spin moves, I want to spin move like him. No, I just did that. I need to get to point B, here's point A. I need to get there. However I get there, I do it.
I wanted a sexier story than that. That's how you came up with the spin move?
That's just how it happens. Obviously, I wasn't the typical defensive end. I was smaller, quicker. I think that was an advantage for me because now I'm that different guy. He never seen an animal like me. I think that's been a big motivational tool for me, just, you know, hearing all the, he can't do it, he's undersized, he's been hurt before in the past. So I love all that stuff because that just gives me extra motivation to go out and do what I have to do.
Well, so what is it about you that makes Tom Brady say most intimidating player he's ever faced?
I play the game when I'm on that field, like every play is my last play. Like I have to defuse a bomb, and if the bomb is not defused in 3 seconds or less, it's gonna blow up. I play the game like something's wrong with me.
Fake to him. Here comes Freeney, and there goes Warner.
So what's the biggest obstacle you've overcome thus far?
My junior year in college, lacerated my spleen. I was walking around for a few days, and I didn't know anything happened. And all of a sudden, everything just started moving slow, and I'm bleeding internally now. And I don't know it. I didn't rush to the hospital and I did all these tests and they were giving me antibiotics that I was allergic to. So I was allergic to penicillin. And they don't know what's wrong with me at this time. I ended up finding out I was allergic to penicillin years later. They brought me home. I mean, I'm talking it was bad. I'm on, like, all my lymph nodes are blown, so my face is this big. And I'm like in the bed, and I wake up one day, I got the preacher on one side, I got my mother, my grandmother. I'm like, what's going on? That was my moment of the toughest part of my life, to where as though it went beyond football. It was like, am I gonna still be here? And so, you know, the surgeries and things that happened to me after the fact, that was tough, but it didn't compare. The surgery didn't compare to it.
Well, now your attitude completely makes sense about how you deal with these injuries and how you play in terms of every play might be the last.
Last play, because you never know. One play I was there, one play I was gone.
Okay, so
I'm not done practicing.
Practice time is over. Here comes the pressure. When's the last time you sat at a keyboard?
A very long time. How long?
Yes.
How old am I?
30?
20 years.
Oh, really?
It's been a long time. I mean, really just sitting like this, ready to play for somebody? Absolutely.
Do you want to close out your show? Do you want to do something nice for us?
I can't even play the whole song, but I'm going to play the first thing that I remember. I mean, it was like the first song that I ever remembered. And I don't remember much. That's why I'm not playing anymore, but it was Beethoven, I think it was Fifth Symphony or something like that. But don't think it's going to be something, because this is something that a 6-year-old could probably play.
I can't take the build-up. Go for it.
Okay, let me see. See? And that's probably when I failed the whole recital thing. That's when I probably quit, because I couldn't get the second verse.
And said, you know what, my backup might be the NFL.
Exactly. I mean, good things have come from this. I learned I can't play the piano, so I moved on to football.
Make sure to watch Profiles all season long, where you'll see some of your favorite NFL personalities in ways you've never seen them before.